Alright, what's up everybody? We're back for another week. I got good news to start it out. Our last opponent, let's see this, that we lost in the last episode was banned for cheating. So we got some free elo from that. We got our points back. So we're back at 1073, I think. I got a message. I'll check it later, or we'll see right when I start a game. But we'll get into new games. But for the record, last time I was 3-0 because I played a cheater. So let's make it 4-0 this time. No cheaters. Let's go. Alright, this is a good start. That's what we wanted to happen. But we can't get too confident. We can't go crazy. What do we do next? I think we push this. Where do I castle? Do I do queenside or kingside? I'm feeling queenside, even though I kind of feel like Raven said the queenside's pretty rare. But I like doing the queenside, so I'm going to do the queenside. So I push this, takes. Nice. I think we're fine. My king's a little exposed, but I think we're fine. Alright, that was a blunder, but we're still up. Or was it not a blunder? I don't know what happened exactly there, but I think he definitely messed up. I feel like, yeah, he could have just taken with the rook. Oh well. We're up, but I'm not getting overconfident. I'm staying calm. That was a good game. I think I did good that game. I mean, I think really he did more bad than I did good, but we took advantage. And we got the points, baby. We're going again. We're going again. Karo Khan, which I still don't understand nearly as well as the bird, which I also don't understand super well, obviously, but at least the bird I have a game plan. I feel like I should have probably gotten my white bishop out earlier, but we're going to be fine. Alright. Alright, I think we're doing good. Nice. We're crushing it today. Those are two clean games, I think. 2-0. We're almost at 1100. We're going up, people. That's like 100 points from where I started, so we're getting there. Let's go. And we get to play the bird. This is an unusual opening that I have not learned how to deal with, but I will just play into my game plan. I don't know what our opponents are doing today, but I feel like they're letting us win, which I'm fine with. I definitely should have been winning this one, I think, but it got complicated, and whatever, we could still win it. We're down on time, but we still have a lot left. I'm feeling good. Mr. Price Action OP. We're going to take you down. Dang it, this one's slipping away from me. But it's not over. It might be over. It's over. That was not good by me. But whatever. We'll bounce back. Not in this game. This game's over. But in general, I'm going to resign. Raven, if he gets mad at this one, whatever. He's going to say something if I resign, so I'll play it out. But I'm going to zoom past it for you folks at home. It's over. Alright. It happens. I definitely messed up there. We'll go over the game later, but let's bring it back to a winning day. And maybe we could hit 1100. We'll see. Yeah, bird. This is like a delayed From's Gambit. So take. So it would be take. And I don't really accomplish much, but I am up a pawn. But is there any other option? There's no real other option. I have to continue on. Come on, let's go. I don't know if I could have, like, what I could have done differently. I guess when I attacked my, like, G area, I guess my king side, then I could have made different moves to prevent this stalemate-y position. Oh, no. No! No! We were so close, team. That was all my fault, too. That was completely avoidable. Alright, 3 games, or really 2... Well, I'll say 3 games, because the last game was bad, but not that bad. And then I get tired. So really the last game doesn't count. I'm ready to resign. I don't care for Raven Hills. I'm tired of losing. So we're gonna resign, and I will see you guys in the lesson. I hope you enjoyed the wins and forget about the losses. I'll see you guys later.
Plus, I'll take it.
Hello, hello, hello. We're back.
What's up?
I think this is number 10. If I'm not mistaken, like look at the drops. Yeah, we already got number 9.
Nice.
Yeah. We only published number 7, so we got a backlog here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so welcome number 10. How do you think you did?
I think I had 2 clean wins and 2 pretty bad losses. One loss was pretty bad, but 2 clean wins, so we'll say that's okay.
Nice.
So I'm definitely up if you include the free elo I got from the cheater.
Nice. Yeah, so I guess you'll have to like clip that in.
I said it at the start.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
The people need to know I went 3-0 last week.
I'm trying to remember. We should pull up at some point. We might at the very end we'll pull up that game. I am interested to see if he cheated in that game. He also could have just cheated later on, and then as a punishment, they just deducted.
I did look at the game. I deserved to lose, but we're counting it as not existent.
Nice. Okay, so you were white here. You played the bird. Sad day for the bird. You got a loss here.
I did.
Okay, yeah. So first of all, if they don't play D5, it's free reign in the center.
Yeah. Is that when I make the Irish Stonewall?
No, you can literally just go guns blazing. The Irish Stonewall is if they play C6 and D5.
Okay.
If they don't play D5, put your pawn on E4.
Okay.
Get going. You got a game to play.
Yeah.
It's free reign. E3, knight f6. Yeah, you played it the more normal way. This is okay, but it's it's free reign in the center. This is a tricky part as you get better in chess. Like, there's just so much complexity in chess. You're so focused on just getting your own moves right, but you need to be paying attention to your opponents.
Yeah.
I think, and the course, I'm not sure what I recommend. I think I recommend E4 here. Yeah, and the idea is that, like, if they play bishop G7 and D4, knight F6, you play E5, and you're doing very well here. You're already kicking them out. So E3, all of this is fine. Bishop B2, bishop G7. Why did you play bishop E2 here?
Because generally, from what I recall, if they don't give me the pin with the knight, then it's, good to move the bishop back to E2.
Is that the most important thing to do, though, in this position?
What should I do otherwise? Maybe D3?
Or just castle. I mean, there's so many other things to do for now.
Yeah.
Like, castles, they haven't kicked you out yet. Your bishop is not in any danger whatsoever here.
Yeah, you're right.
I think you got too focused on the bishop here. Yeah, by the way, yeah, so another thing here is that your bishop should not be going to B5 to pin this knight if you're not happy to take.
Yeah.
Right, so if they play bishop D7, what I mean by that here is that because their pawn is on D6, this is a much worse pin. Well, why is that? Because after takes, you can't put your knight on E5.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do there, and their bishop is peering down the board. There's no pawn in the way.
Okay.
So, yeah. You'll get the hang of this, though. The bird is very tricky. Bishop E2, this isn't the end of the world, though. It's just a minor inaccuracy. Castles, D3, E5. You got a castle, man. I made a rule with my students. You got a castle by move 10.
That's a good rule.
You got a castle. You're just overthinking things. You're trying to get like a... Don't worry about drawing the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Just get good at like a normal self-portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should castle here. I think you got... Yeah, in general, if your queen... Right, if the knight is coming to D2, then your queen has no natural square here. So there's just no... You're never going to be able to castle queenside in this position. I think that's what you went for. We're looking at the notation. You went for it. Sorry, I was just checking. But... Yeah, this is, Yeah, you got 2 stuck in the Cabbage Patch. So D3, E5, takes, knight takes. Okay, you went for a pawn, but yeah, this is gonna go badly. You know you're in a pin here.
Kind of, but I could take their knight and... Well, it ends up being like a even, I think.
Things are opening up. The problem, though, is who's more developed here?
He is.
By how much?
By a lot.
Yeah, by an enormous amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be dead lost here.
Yeah,
Already.
I was just counting sort of like the pieces are even, so it's good, but now that you point out how I should be thinking about it, that makes a lot of sense. Because it ended up being brutal trying to get my pieces into play.
The idea is that, like, in itself, being down a few tempi is not the end of the world, but the problem here is you've also weakened so many squares. Your dark squares are enormously weak here.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna be good, champ. Yeah, you should be dead lost here. Like, queen d2, queen g5, your opponent is playing very well, though. Stupid Ed is home. Yeah, that's his name, Stupid Ed. Stupid Ed.
It's Stupid Ed.
Yeah. You know this guy?
Yeah, I went to school with Stupid Ed. A Stupid Ed, I don't know if it's the Stupid Ed.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So he missed a move here. He could just dig the knight into e3, and this is like the end of the game.
That'd be very unpleasant.
Stupid Ed is definitely home.
Yeah, Stupid Ed is home big time.
You're home. 97, okay. Yeah, now his knight has to go here. You have some hope. You played bishop f3. Okay, that's good. You're trying to trade the queens. Now things should be fine, actually. Castles. I'm wondering what happened here, because this is okay. You traded. Okay. King d2, knight f4. a4. This is a complicated position. This is an endgame. Your move is fine. You want to be playing with your majority, right? You have a majority over here. So as long as you make some constructive move on that side of the board, perhaps it's not the very best, but it's definitely a logical idea. Knight g2, rook g1. Oh, man. Yeah, you got to work on your tactics, buddy.
Yeah.
Knight f3. He missed it, though.
He got it.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, it's really crazy. You have a huge asymmetry in your play at this point. You're playing strategically at like a 1700 level, but you're missing like 800 level tactics. You know what that means?
I should do more puzzles.
No? It means Stupid Ed is home.
Stupid Ed is home.
Yeah, okay. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Not much to tell you there, champ. Alright, what was the next game? Let's get Price Action Op. Price Action OP. Black 1. Ooh, this is another... You lost both birds.
No, there was a bird win. There was a lot of birds today.
Nice. Alright, we'll take it. So F4 here. Okay, so if he's playing C6... Or F4, F5...
I didn't know. I don't think we ever went over this position.
I think we did slightly. You're supposed to play G3. You're supposed to fianchetto your bishop, but it's...
That's so strange compared to all the other positions.
This is the only time you fianchetto.
Yeah.
The only time you fianchetto, guys. The idea is they're playing the copycat system, so you just do this, this... They're just going to keep copying you forever. You're going to play D3, D6, Knight C3, Knight C6, E4, E5, and eventually they're going to stop copying you because you're gonna hit them with the check.
Nice.
Yeah. I know I blitzed through all these moves. You're just going to have to review them in your spare time. I think my whole goal for you, just to give you a sneak peek of what I'm going to assign you after this, for now we just need to figure out the bird, though. You need to just keep riding the learning curve of understanding this opening, of learning the bird. So I'm not going to assign tactics that much. My idea is, though, once you've mastered the opening and the bird, maybe like in a month or so, I guess I'll just, yeah, this is going to be your assignment. We're just doing it midway through the video. But once you've mastered like the opening and the middle game of the bird, then I'll assign you tactics, and then your rating is going to go up like 300 or 400 points. Because
Nice.
then you'll know the strategic ideas. Like, because the idea is that, like that last game, for instance, you shouldn't have lost that if you just spotted the simple tactic.
Yeah.
So E3, C6, B3, Bishop B2, E5, takes, Knight takes E5. Nice. You're winning a pawn here. Bishop D6, Knight F3, castles. Yeah, I think that the really important thing here, whenever you're playing an opening whenever you're playing a system that we have not specifically talked about, you got to take a lot more time.
Yeah.
I thought we talked about taking 10 seconds per move, by the way. What happened with that?
But it seems like pretty standard moves until this point.
Not really.
Then I don't have
This
an
is the
excuse.
bird.
But it was like free money.
So I mean, he gave you a pawn, but like, for instance, like right here, this is an open file, sir.
Yeah.
Should you be weakening this pawn here?
No.
So yeah, you gotta take more time.
Yeah.
Can your bishop go to b5?
No.
So put it on c4 with a check. This is the open diagonal here. You always need to treat the nuances in the position.
Yeah.
You always gotta just, like, always gotta react accordingly. Being versatile is the most important quality in chess. How many times do I say that?
Literally the first time I've heard it.
Yeah. Well, that's me being versatile.
That's true.
So d3, yeah, d3 is a huge mistake. You don't, if your e-file is open, do not push the pawn.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's like, this is by the way, this is like the one critical thing of the bird. When you play the bird, you're really weakening the e3 and e4 squares. So if this e-file ever comes undone, you need to keep the structure either with pawns on d2 and e3 or pawns on d3 and e4.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like suicidal. Already, like if we could we turn on the evaluation here? Let's see the evaluation change. I would bet you're winning. It's going down.
Dang.
Augustus Loop is getting stuck.
Dang.
Yeah. No, you're playing fine though. Like, don't worry. Okay, like just try to get nuanced, more nuanced. I think like I wouldn't blame you for making this mistake. The bird is super complicated. I would blame you though for not taking your time.
Yeah.
That's something you can always control. So d3, f4. He's also making mistakes. He's also hopping in the cabbage patch. If he just plays knight g4, you're just dead lost, right? Like queen e2, something like rook e8. This is just coming undone way too quickly. Another problem with this as well is you've chosen to fianchetto your bishop. At least if your bishop was ugly. If it was a doo-doo bishop on c1, it would be protecting.
Yeah.
This is like the worst mix possible for your position. Okay, so he played f4.
But fianchetting was not the mistake. It was pushing the d pawn.
Yeah. The fianchetto is fine, just you got to keep these pawns here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't push this pawn.
Yeah.
d3, f4, e4, bishop g4. Okay, now you're fine. Now you're okay. He let you build the concrete again. This is completely fine now. Bishop g4, bishop e2 takes. You took. Check. Uh-oh. What piece really hates this push?
The bishop?
Yeah. I think this is very risky.
Just block with the bishop?
No, block with the knight.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, this is normally where your knight wants to go anyway, right? The bird is the one position in which your queen's knight does not want to go to the golden square.
Yeah.
Because it's blocking the bishop. So c3, bishop e7, castles, check, king h1, knight d7, knight d2. Nice. Well, yeah, you're winning now. You're completely winning. I know I criticized this move, but actually it's more or less fine. You're still going to be able to build concrete. And that is one of the other problems. Not only are you blocking the bishop, you're also slightly weakening this pawn here. It could become weak. But as long as you can push, you're going to be fine. I'm wondering what happened here. Knight c4 is fine. You're attacking the queen. Good move. Queen c7, queen e1.
I remember what happened, but I don't think it was like a complete blunder. I think it just got complicated, essentially.
Okay.
So I made mistakes, but it wasn't as embarrassing as the last one.
Okay. Rook e8. Oh, c4 is a big mistake. Tell me why.
I'm giving him an open file.
No, you are pushing a pawn adjacent to the open file. Do you understand? Whenever you push, these are his open files, right? So whenever which pawns are going to be protecting them? It's going to be these on these files.
Okay, that's a good, yeah, that's a good way to put it. That makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, right. Well, like when you push the f pawn, you are weakening these squares. That's why we wanted to keep the e file closed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the problem is that now your bishop is blocked. So I understand you wanted to make your bishop better, but it would have been ideal just to have your pawn back here.
Yeah.
Then the pawn would have been protected and your bishop wouldn't have been blocked. C4 is hurting all of your pieces. Your knight is also really blocked now.
Yeah.
There's pretty much nothing that makes sense here. He made a mistake by taking here because he's allowing the c file to be opened, and all of a sudden this pawn might be weak. He should just play knight c5. I would assume he's fine because he was down a pawn before, so he should have been worse. But after knight c5, this pawn is so weak.
Mm-hmm.
Always look to what are the half-open files of your opponent. Half-open just means they're open for him, not open for you.
Yeah.
They're these. So you should be building concrete on both of these. You should have your pawn here, so there's one pawn defending, and then
that makes a lot of sense. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it's still tricky to apply this stuff, but it's these are really good rules of thumb. Like
No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah, chess is insanely tricky. Chess is just a balance of just like balancing out all these different priorities. Because the thing is if you're looking at this position from the lens of your bishop, c4 is the perfect move. But from your opponent's perspective, you always need to strike the balance between playing against your opponent's ideas and playing toward your own ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So c4 takes, knight takes, queen b8, e5, knight d5. All right, yeah, your opponent didn't really capitalize on this. He didn't play knight c5 in time. This queen c7, I don't understand what the purpose of that was. e5, knight d5. You played bishop c1. What's up with that?
Kind of lock his knight there so I could take the pawn at some point.
You're getting tunnel vision though, right? You're like there are tons of other pieces that need to be improved first.
Yeah.
Definitely this rook, right? Like if we just take account, perhaps maybe this bishop is slightly better on c1. I think you're also worried about this move when the knight can cover it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was on my mind.
Yeah. No, this actually, I mean, I understand your move completely. It's the move you chose was not correct. It was an inaccuracy, but the logic behind it makes a lot of sense. The score is super weak here.
This is the point where I'd be struggling to figure out what to do. So, like, when you say improve some pieces, like, what would that look like?
Well, definitely this rook is awful.
So, but where do I want it?
Put it on the half-open file.
Yeah.
Yeah, put your rooks on the half-open file. Yeah, you just gotta believe, right? You gotta just trust that, like you are getting better at the bird. The bird is a super weird, super unorthodox system. As you get better in it, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna understand these things much better.
And like a big part of like just I think chess in general is like this half-open file way of thinking about it, like this is not entering my mind when I'm playing, and it's good to hear you like sort of articulate this rule because I had not been thinking in terms of this at all. But now that you mention it, this is like a giant problem with what I was doing.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of people just don't appreciate.
Because I knew that like these rooks were a danger, but I wasn't thinking in terms of like how to stop them from being a danger.
Yeah, you should always. It all just boils down to building concrete.
Yeah,
You want to build concrete against knights, bishops, rooks. Rooks are much better at eyeing consecutive weaknesses because they just can look laterally at things. So what I mean by consecutive weaknesses are like vertical weaknesses that are in a line. For instance, right here you have 3 weaknesses here.
Yeah.
Right, because you pushed your e pawn up too far and you don't have a c pawn. So d5 score is weak, d4 is weak, d3 is weak, and the rook is perfectly placed.
Yeah.
So that's why you want to build concrete against both of them. Now at this point you can't because you don't have a c pawn anymore. Luckily for you though, the c pawn is also very weak, right? Because they have no pawns on the adjacent files.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty confusing rule to remember, but the whole idea is just like if your opponent has a half-open file, do not push the adjacent pawns because those are going to be covering it.
No, that's not that complicated rule. Like it makes perfect sense. And like I said, this game is like a very clear example of why that works.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, chess is really difficult, right? Like even it's just going to take time for you to get better. Like because the thing is now when I teach you this, it's going to be hard for you to balance this and all the other rules I've taught you.
Yeah.
Chess is difficult.
We're building concrete of knowledge.
Yeah. That's wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bishop c1, bishop b4, bishop d2. Takes. Okay, you're losing that pawn. Why do you think you lost that pawn there?
Because I moved my queen.
Because it's not concrete.
That's right.
You got to build the concrete. Almost everything comes back to concrete. Like, sometimes when I'm half asleep, I can play on lead chess, and all I do is focus on building concrete against my opponent's pieces, and I can play at like a 2300 level.
We gotta build concrete.
Yeah, that's all it's about. Rook e1? That's fine. You could have snatched the pawn, though.
That's true.
Rook e1, queen d4. What's this queen up to? You see what this queen is on?
A treehouse.
Yeah, exactly. That's a treehouse. You should be much worse here. He's going to be dominating the treehouse. He should put the rook on e3. You would be losing a pawn here. He played queen e3. You traded. What should you do here? I'm laughing because it's just you're gonna find the answer entertaining.
I have no clue.
If rook e1, can he build concrete?
Yes. Oh, so d4.
Exactly. There. No concrete.
Nice.
No concrete, no problem. This pawn would be weak then. You could play g3, king g2. I think, okay, actually you are still losing because rook e4, rook e1, he can take here. You have back rank mate issues. You can't take here, but I don't think he would see that. Probably he would spend like rook e4, rook e1, and he would waste a move with his king. Then you do this. There's no back rank issue, and your king can come and hunt down the pawn. You should be fine. Once you play rook e1, this should be lost. Because now your rook, this is... Do you remember what this thing is called?
A protected passed pawn.
Exactly. Yeah, protected passed pawn. This is like the one of the biggest positional advantages you can get.
This is pretty much when I knew that the game had completely slipped out of my grasp. And I was hoping for a mistake on his point.
You still have hope. It's still not the end of the game. This is a rook ending with equal material, but definitely he's the one who's better. It's not losing yet, though. You need to include your king. G3 is a good move. Rook f8, a4. You got to get your king active. So I guess he's threatening to put his rook on f2. You should play rook e2 first, and then you would move your king to g2.
That makes sense.
Yeah. A4, rook f2, h4. Yeah, you're too worried about... Oh, actually, yeah, rook f2 is a disaster for you now. Your king can never get in.
Yeah.
Your king is locked out. King g1. Ooh. Yeah, he has connected past pawns now. That ain't good.
Yeah, at this point I just don't want to resign, but I was, you know...
This is completely lost.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't really have any other hope, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, if rook d1, he can just bully you. With rook d2, you can't take because he's going to make a queen too soon. There's really nothing for you.
Yeah, you go through the rest, obviously, but there's
I'm
nothing.
happy you played on, though. He might have stalemated you.
That was the hope.
He missed the mate in one. He had rook h6.
Yeah.
That would have been mate. Alright,
He still got it, though.
that's too bad.
Now, finally, we can enjoy the wins.
Yeah. We can relish the wins.
Yeah.
Wait, this is also a loss.
No.
Oh no, this is a win. Sorry, I was looking at it from his profile. I thought I was opening the games. Let me open the games.
Wow, this guy's played a bunch of games since then.
Yeah.
He's on a streak.
Oh yeah.
Prothmesh Kakar.
All right, so this was your only black game. Nice, you got to win in the Caro. E6. Uh-oh. So you got to stop. Please take 15 seconds to move. Every single move. No exceptions.
Okay. What do I do? Bishop to G3?
Bishop to G4 or F5. Yeah, but the whole idea of the Caro is that you're not blocking your bishop.
I did know that.
You knew that. I
knew that in theory, but in the moment I forgot it.
You were too full of the vinegar.
But if you asked me like before I started recording, like, what's a prime thing we're doing with the Caro Khan, and you're like, we get the bishop out.
Yeah, I think it might have had something to do with the fact that you only took 3 seconds on this move.
No comment.
Oh, Kevin. Yeah, this is like the worst version of the French because you wasted a move.
That's another problem was like I just naturally go back to the French because this is exactly like the position I get into in the French.
Yeah, except with your pawn on c7, which is better.
Yeah, it calls to me. The French calls to me. Yeah, because the whole point of the French is I would just push c4. c5.
Yeah.
So it's just a worse French I'm playing.
Yeah, like imagine how good this position would be if your bishop was just on the right side.
Yeah.
All right. Luckily for you though, that this is a minor inaccuracy. So b3, knight f5, c3, knight d7. This is just a French.
I can't help it. It's in my blood.
Yeah. The baguettes are just calling to you. I know. The baguettes with the butter.
After playing literally nothing but the French for years, my brain automatically plays the French moves.
So takes, yeah, this is...
This is exactly a French... Now I'm looking at it, like, I've played this position many times in the French.
Yeah. Man, this is not good. So c5, okay, takes, yeah, you just have a terrible version of a French. His bishop is really misplaced, though. Do you remember, like, there's a position we talked about. Okay, I'm glad about this, actually. You remember this? You're supposed to play g5 here.
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah.
I saw it.
The whole idea is that he's supposed to have his bishop here, and he's supposed to play h4 to cripple or just handicap your structure with h6 and g5, and not allow you to play g5 so easily.
I actually made a correct tactical move.
Yeah, you're doing well. With a bit of help from me, you could be the best.
That's right.
Takes. Do you know what that's a reference to?
No.
I'll tell you after. You're going to put it in the video. Bishop e7. Queen takes f4. Takes. Your position. Okay, no, wait. What am I talking about? You're up a piece. You're doing great. I was going to say, yeah, if you're down a piece here, or if you're just even material, you're doing terribly. But as it normally goes, because the thing is you're just down 2 pawns and your structure is awful. But
But
you're up a piece.
but
You got the piece.
that's a big but.
Oh yeah. Knight f8, knight bd2, knight g6. Okay, that's good. Yeah, normally you want to put one minor piece here, right? When the structure has been fragmented like this, you should put a bishop or knight there. As long as your bishop is going there, this is completely fine. Queen g3. Bishop e6, played like a grandmaster. Perfect. Rook c1, h5. Every now and then, man, you play a really great move. This was the move I would play.
Nice.
This is fantastic. You're just going to try to trap their queen. h4, good. You know what you call this?
A stuck queen.
You call it a doo-doo queen.
A doo-doo queen. Correct.
Yeah,
You're right.
Exactly. That's the official, what is it, terminology?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's in the textbooks, baby.
Yeah. I would try to make it even more doo-doo and push it to h1. We would go here and go around the bend.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That's a real doo-doo queen. It covers one square.
Yeah. So bishop a3, rook c2, bishop f5, nice, you're pushing him around. You took. Fantastic. Put your bishop back. Knight g5. Takes. Dude, you're playing extremely well. I mean, this, at the end of the day, like, at the end of the day, you can completely butcher the opening. As long as your tactics are on point, you're going to win these games. Takes, takes, takes. Takes, takes. Rook e1. Rook h5. Perfect. Just defending everything. Nice. So, okay, you botched the opening. You really threw the opening for a curveball, but...
I just played a worse French. Instead of playing the Carl Khan, I just forced transposed it into a French.
I want to be nice here, but I would assume that you're probably close to lost in this position here. If we turn on the evaluation, this is a really terrible French. Okay, it's not that bad actually. Anything less than 1, really not the end of the world. No, yeah, you played fine then. The weird thing about this position is you're down like 10 tempi here, but his bishop is misplaced here. His bishop should be on e3. I would bet evaluation-wise you should still be worse. Wow, look at that. The bishop is so misplaced here. Like, if we just, like, literally, like, all I'm going to do is, like, let's just give him 2 free moves. Let's say that bishop g5, rook b8, bishop e3, rook a8. And now all of a sudden, look at the difference.
Yeah.
White is much... It all has to do with this bishop. Right? When the bishop is here, it can never reroute. It can never get back to the good square. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's all dollars and no cents.
That's right.
Alright, let's see this position. I'm excited for this one. This is a bird win. f4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, e3, bishop g4, b3. Nice. Yeah, normally sooner or later we're going to play h3, so he just gave it to you for free.
Yeah.
He didn't even make you spend the $4. Takes, takes, c5, bishop b2, knight c6, bishop b5, very good. Nice. Beautiful. You gave him the worst structure. Castles. You castle queenside. Okay, dude, this is perfect. Up until now, I think you're literally playing a perfect game.
That's right.
Rook e8, perfect. Fantastic. Yeah, initiate the tension, right? If he takes here, you take. He has these doo-doo pawns. You get the golden square. What is that? Where is it? There it is. The golden square. Okay, so he plays a5. Oh, you forgot this. You do not want to allow him to play a4.
A4. So
Yeah.
I move A4, yep.
Exactly. Exactly. If he plays c4, you just take and you've kept the structure. You need to keep the shell here pretty healthy. You do not want to let him play a4 and take. Because then he's opening up everything. You played... Oh, sorry, though. You're getting a piece. What am I talking about? Yeah, if you win a piece, then of course it's justified. e5, a4. You took. What should you take here?
I was thinking... I'm assuming because you're asking it's the bishop. I'm thinking he has to, like... I don't know. It's just messier with the knight. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess, yeah, just the bishop's better.
That was a trick question, baby. It was the knight.
Nice.
Yeah, you gotta ruin the structure. Because he's getting some counterplay here. This completely ruins his structure. This means that your attack is gonna come first, and his king is gonna be much weaker. And you're up a piece at the end of the day. I think you would be winning even after you take the bishop, but it's much simpler to do what you did. I'm not always gonna ask a question with an obvious answer.
It usually is that when you ask, I'm wrong.
I'm throwing you curveballs every now and then. Takes, takes, queen a5. Your bishop defends everything, though, and you can slip this knight back.
That's what I end up doing.
Yeah. You played... That's a cowardly move, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to call you it. I'm not calling you a coward. I'm calling the move a cowardly move.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in this position... There's no need for this yet.
Yeah.
Your bishop covers everything. This is a classic move you see at lower levels. People under 1500, they just get so afraid of the checks. This check is not scary at all. First of all, you would win a queen, right? It's going to take him like 3 or 4 moves to get in. So for now, just start attacking his king. If you take here, you're actually shielding his king. You see that? Because you can't attack him anymore. You need to just bring the queen in. Queen g3, g6, queen h4, and you're going for checkmate. Or queen g3, g6, and just start pushing your pawn up. You need to open things up. If he plays h5, what would you do here?
G4.
Yeah, exactly.
G5.
Yeah, queen g5, you're threatening to come in. He plays bishop f8, and then g4. You gotta just break through.
Yeah.
The whole idea with these attacks here, and the reason why it looks for now like he's better, or at least he has a quicker attack, is because he has open files. When kings are on opposite sides of the board, you gotta just open the files extremely quickly. And open files is a synonym for what? Trade pawns. Trade pawns, open files, same thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if we trade the pawns, we're opening the files.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, knight b1.
It's just a waste of time.
It's really not that bad a move, but it's a sign that you're still a weak player.
Yeah.
This is a move that stronger players are not going to make, because you can always play this later.
Yeah.
It's just super risk averse. c4, you took, good. He played bishop b4, you took. Yeah, taking is probably not good.
Yeah, for the reasons we just said.
Yeah, queen g3, g6, and then just try to start chipping away. Because it's actually very hard now for you to open anything further up. As long as you survive their attack, you're going to be fine, but before, they were just playing on borrowed time. Like, within a few moves, you would be able to open up their king and win.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So takes rook e7. He's panicking, though. He's worried. I guess he's swinging his rook over to the a file, but it doesn't really do anything. Rook e7, you played c3. Yeah, you're panicking also. You're really panicking.
I don't remember, but yeah, if it looks like I'm panicking, I probably was.
You don't need to panic. You have enough things covering it.
Yeah.
When you want to attack their king, what should you be doing?
I understand the question.
If you want to attack their king with kings on opposite sides, what should you do?
Open files.
Exactly. So what should you do here?
Start pushing some pawns.
Well, which pawn should you push?
H.
F. You're opening a file.
But then he gets the open file before me. Isn't that a problem?
Is this open file close to your king?
No.
Exactly. Takes. You got pressure now. You can start attacking this. You can triple up there and maybe break through there. The idea is if they play e5, then you play f6, and if anything ever gets to the back rank, they're done.
Yeah.
It's not going to be clear how you're going to do that exactly, but if you can achieve it, it's going to work. Yeah. So c3. Yeah, this just blocks your bishop. This is a really panicky move, and you're just weakening this pawn. Just, yeah, keep calm. Dude, what was this? What is he doing? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. These chaotic bird positions, people just get panicked. Yeah.
We take those.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. He takes. Yeah, you're just completely winning now. Queen takes.
That was all part of my master plan.
If he just moves his bishop back, you've made your position worse, but man, he panicked.
But you're forgetting that it was my master plan. I knew he would do that.
Yeah, I guess so. Queen takes c3, queen a2. You're still panicking. You're still worried. He's literally not threatening a single thing here.
Yeah.
You have everything under control. You still just try to open files, right? You need to just push these pawns, and if you can get your pawn to g6, everything is going to open. It's going to take a while, but at the moment they don't have anything to do. Rook d2, rook b7, bishop a3. Nice. That's a good move. You're forcing the queens off. They take, you take. Nice. Bishop b2, takes, rook c2, rook d1. Very nice. This is a quality win. Rook c2, h4, rook d7. Here you had a better move.
Oh, just check and then make a queen?
Yeah, exactly. I think you missed that. Yeah, once their rook comes off, just push their king out of the way. This is the end of the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, rook d7. Even here, just check, and that's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Takes there. Nice, you got him. You got him. That's
Nice.
a good win.
Yeah.
You got a little scared. I think as you play more positions, you're just going to get a better sense of this. Like, all of these things I'm pointing out, people might watch the series and think you're not going to get to 2200. I'm still confident that by the end of the year, you're going to hit 2200, because the first thing, I think that's the last game, so we can just do a recap now.
Yeah.
The first thing is that you're doing things which are not going to affect your rating that much, but are things that we would need to... They're bases that we're going to need to cover sooner or later, and these are just your openings.
Yeah.
So we're solidifying all of those. We're getting better at them. This is the first game you've ever had with opposite side castling, right? In the bird? Something like this?
Yeah.
Where they just open the A file. First of all, you know now you're supposed to play A4.
Yeah.
So they're not even supposed to get this, but some games you might end up getting this. All of these things I mentioned are things that over time you're just going to get more experience in, and you're going to be able to solve all these things. Overall, I think you still played better than pretty much all of your opponents. Unless I'm mistaken. I think, yeah, there were a few games where you just made a blunder at the end, but those are going to be solved by tactics. What could we do what should I recommend you for now? So pretty much, for this week, your homework is going to be, you're going to do a course by Erwin Alami.
Okay.
On the
Never heard
Carol
of him.
Khan. He's a GM. He's a Dutch GM.
That's cool.
Yeah. And, yeah, he's very good, very strong player. I've never played against him, but, super strong. I think that there are like 30 variations. It feels like the Caro is your weakest point at the moment.
Yeah, even when I started playing, I said, like, for the bird, I'm not going to say, like, I'm confident, like, certainly I'm not a master or anything, but I have, like, I think, a plan going in. But the Caro, I'm still sort of figuring out what the plan is.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so by next class, you need to have done these 30 variations in the Caro.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
But we're going up. We started out at, I think, like, 1,000. We got up to, like, 1084. I think we're back down to 1070
Yeah,
or something.
what is your rating exactly?
1074.
Nice. Dude, yeah, you're getting up there.
That's a decent increase over, what, a month and a half? 2 months?
At this rate, though, we're never going to make it to 2200 by the end of the year. But don't worry, though.
Up is up. That's all I'm saying. Up is up.
We'll make adjustments. You're getting up there. Sooner or later, I think once your openings are solidified, and then...
Get the tactics under control.
Yeah, you should get to 1500 very quickly.
Yeah.
So, that being said, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see y'all next week.